Good evening, San Diego. Meteorologist Sean Stiles here on CBS 8 Plus with a look at your weather. And man, are we going to have a spectacular sunset. Looking west from the UCSD campus, this is tropical moisture from what was Tropical Storm Alita, and it is moving to the north of us. It sent some pretty big waves into Southern California. Not so much for San Diego, but boy, up in the Orange County area, Newport Beach, and on up into the Huntington Beach area, they saw some 4 to 6 foot waves with some 8 to 10 foot sets. Trestles was really good, but those waves just kind of slid right up the coastline. We saw like some 3 to 5 foot waves here, but boy, what a sunset it's going to be. And we'll talk about more of that in just a moment. We still have this high surf advisory along the coastline until 11 p.m. tomorrow night. Starting though on Wednesday at 10 a.m., both in the inland valleys, mountains, and into the deserts, we're going to get hot. So we'll have a heat advisory for the inland valleys and the mountains, and then an extreme heat watch for the deserts. And this is going to be an extended event. It's going to last through Monday, at least for now, through Monday at 8 p.m. Who knows, it could get extended. All right, this is Fausto. It is a tropical storm right now. Winds are sustained at 70 miles per hour. It's going to switch and turn into a hurricane. It'll get upgraded. The winds, you can see how big it is. And this will eventually move into our wave window. Let's take a look at Alita here. And you can see she has moved into cooler waters and is falling apart. She'll become a post-tropical storm by Wednesday. But look at how all that moisture is going to move into Central California and eventually into the Pacific Northwest. So they'll get a taste of some tropical moisture up there. It'll get hot and sticky for them. Our surf here in San Diego, most of the city beaches, 2 to maybe 4 feet. The south and southwesterly beaches, you might see an occasional 5 foot set. Water temperature, if you haven't been in the ocean yet this summer, go now, because it is really, really nice, 71 degrees. The rip current risk, high. We will look at the tide pushing in to the high at 358 of 4.9, coming from that low at 8:46 in the morning. Not that low of a tide, though, at 2.0. Today's high was 70 degrees. Make that 80 degrees. 76 is the 30-year average, so you can see well above average. And our overnight lows not quite getting down to that cooler temperature. So we're seeing that rebound come back very quickly, warming up, and that's why we're seeing some very hot conditions. Look at how warm it was in Escondido today, 98, 94 in Valley Center, and for the folks in Ramona, 95. Also 94 in Alpine, so some really warm temperatures in the East County. Even out along the coastline, mid to low 70s, although Encinitas, that thermometer is further inland, so they recorded an 84 there. Hot out in the deserts, 107. Palomar Mountain, where you've cooled down to 71 right now along with Mount Laguna, and we're still mid-80s throughout much of the inland microclimates, although La Mesa has cooled to 76, and out towards the coastline we're in the mid-70s pretty much everywhere, so a nice cool down. That's a live look from Mount Soledad. As I said, a beautiful sunset setting up for us here, and as we look at the current temperature, 77, winds out of the northwest at 6, humidity at 60%, so the atmosphere drying out a little bit. We were at like 75% this time last night. Currently 105 in Las Vegas, 103 in Phoenix, and 100 in Palm Springs. Sierra Nevada, Mammoth Lake, 66, 70 in San Francisco, 74 in San Luis Obispo, along with Los Angeles in the Civic Center. So high pressure, this is a look at how things are going to warm up. Right now, basically over the Four Corners region. This will expand and it will start to push south and westward. And as it does, that's when we really see things warm up. By Wednesday, temperatures really ramp up and it sticks around. You can see how expansive this high pressure is. And so we will continue to see some very warm conditions. As far as moisture in the atmosphere, watch the cloud cover over parts of Mexico. And this is Alita. Watch that track to the north. And as it does, it kind of falls apart, becomes that post-tropical cyclone and falls apart. The high pressure, though, expands. And then we see that moisture pulsing in, the chance of thunderstorms. So those will be moving through our area over the next couple days into the weekend. Weather impact comes down for the coast because the surf will be dropping off tomorrow. So by Wednesday, things will become a little bit more manageable for less experienced ocean swimmers. But then we go with weather impact for the next 6 days after we get through tomorrow for the inland microclimates, because those temperatures, like in places like Valley Center and Escondido, they could be in the upper 90s instead of the mid 90s. And for you folks in the mountains, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, mid 90s, deserts, starting on Thursday, 114 or 113, and we just keep that right on into the weekend. So it's going to get very, very hot. That's a look at your weather.